All right, good morning guys. It's Nick with NK Landscaping again as usual. We're starting a new job today. As always, it involves the excavator and some pipes. Kurt's got the dump truck loaded up with most of our tools and supplies. We're loading all the pipes in the dump trailer here with the excavator. And then I got the Rotostar and our newest purchase, that Wackeneusen BS 600 jumping jack. I've done a full rebuild on this thing. It's got new bellows, new oil pump and everything. It runs great. We're gonna be using that quite a bit on this job. So we need to stop at the store, pick up a couple more pipes, and then we are off to the job. It's all drainage based, so let me help Kurt load this up and we will get off to the site. Kurt, are you excited?
Oh, I'm always excited for pipe.
All right.
It's easy.
It's very easy, so let's do it. We are here on site. And the job at hand is pretty simple. If you look along this garden bed here, we get a lot of water and it pours over in this low spot onto the driveway, and then she has a drain down the driveway that can't really handle that kind of flow, and it overflows into the garage. So we are going to be trenching a French drain along this grass line. We're going to be cutting through the driveway so we can pipe it out that corner. There's already a drain there, a pipe there for the drain basin in the driveway. We're going to be installing some channel drains in the driveway because water flows off the road onto her driveway. But for now, we got to start with this French drain here. We have about 100 feet of run. We're going to be doing 2 feet wide, 2 feet deep. The slope comes out to about 4 inches per 10 foot, so it's a little more than your 1/4 inch per foot, almost double. So it's going to be great for flow. We're going to put the 1 to 2 inch stone in here and do a little small top coat of dirt. So Kurt's got the laser set for grade, and now it's time to start digging. So we're going to be hauling out the majority of this dirt. So I gotta, keep on bringing it back with me. There are some roots up in here that I gotta worry about. That's a big one right there. We got our dig safe marked out. The only thing in here is a water line that runs along the road. We don't need to worry about that. We're not going down that deep. And we shouldn't really even interfere with it. So our trench is dug. You can see it, our big pile of dirt. This whole thing is at a rough grade, at a rough depth of 2 feet. You can see in this center section it gets a little shallow. That's just because the lawn dips down here. So I'm gonna hop on the Rotostar and start screening through this. Some of that clean screen material is going along the back to raise that grade. I can raise it almost a foot through this area. So I'm gonna do that. And then whatever we don't end up needing is gonna get hauled out. So Kurt is working on the fabric. He installed the pipe up to where he is now through a clean out section up top. But we're gonna get this thing fabriced and all the screening done so that tomorrow I believe we're getting our stone delivered. So let's get to work. So I didn't get a ton of footage before we left on the job, but we basically Rotostarred all the dirt. And these are the 2 loads of tailings. So we're back at Kurt's house here, and you can see this is dirt from a previous project, and we're leveling this out. It used to be a huge dip off the end of his driveway. So you're gonna fill this out, and he wants to do a road out to the back of his house. So I'm gonna wait for him to dump, and then I'll back up and dump my load, and that's it for today, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Well, good morning. It's a beautiful, beautiful day, isn't it?
It's great.
It's great. So we brought the enclosed trailer today, the yard max and the cement mixer. I just got our load of gravel. I actually showed up and the guy was here ready to dump, so that worked out really well. We're gonna cut the driveway today. So we gotta run this. Right now we literally just have a moat that's gonna catch water and not do anything for us. So we need to cut the driveway to get our pipe to its outlet, and then Kurt's got a load behind the trailer of 3/4 inch item 4, so we will bed that SDR pipe under the driveway in the stone, so this drainage system will be functional at that point. And then once that's bed, we're going to start running our 1 to 2 inch gravel with the yard max in our French drain. So that'll slowly become functional. So we're going to set up a tent for Kurt to hide under. That'll also be the base for the laser so that doesn't get soaking wet. And we're just going to get to work here. So a little bit of setup and let's get to it. We got our tent set up, our laser level set up that is set to slope. What was it? 19 inches over 34 feet or 18 inches over 34 feet? 19 inches over 34 feet. So it's about a half an inch of slope per foot. Comes out to what, 5 inches over the whole run? No, that was over the 10 feet. Huh?
5 over 10. So
Yeah.
19 over 4.
Yeah. Disregard everything I say.
Nick's not good at math.
Yeah, it's called Nick math. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. It's only good when you're trying to justify a purchase. We got 2 foot set between the string lines and the demo saw set up, so I'm gonna make this 2 foot cut, and this 2 foot patch is getting torn out of here. I'm gonna end up trenching with the 18-inch bucket. We don't actually need the 2 foot. That's just what we said in our estimate. We're not gonna dig with the 2 foot bucket because the 2 foot bucket and 2 foot trench, you see how that works. So let's make some cuts. So that cut is done. Took a little longer than expected, mainly because we just have the, what is it, the TS420 steel saws. I think they're the 14-inch. We have 2 of them. The one on the shelf there we bought brand new, and the other one that I was using to cut the driveway, we actually traded a rusted out dump trailer for back in the day. Good times.
Yep.
Those things are worth $1,200 new, I think. So it was a really good deal at the time. But that thing has never been serviced, and it was running a little poorly there. Plus that blade. How long have I been using that blade?
Forever.
Nearly since we got the saw, which is probably, what, 7 years ago?
I'd say that's pretty close. Yeah.
Yeah, so 7 years of use on a diamond blade. That's a long life. So I want to hop in the excavator now. We're going to peel up that asphalt. The laser level's set. We're going to dig this driveway to slope. I apologize for the windshield wiper here, but I hope you'll understand. Peeling up some driveway. Nice and easy. Oh, I dropped a piece. Inch and a half thick, maybe. Pretty thin. I try my best not to mess with the main driveway. Just be very gentle. Oh man, that section, yeah, I guess an inch and a half. Just pretty light. Now the client did mention to us yesterday that I guess her neighbors came over before we even showed up and said that when this driveway was installed, there was a big rock in the middle of it. So hopefully we get lucky and we miss that. If not, we're gonna have to bust out the jackhammer, which is always fun. You know, the lady said that she does have intentions to get the driveway repaved. It's just, if you've never looked into the price of getting your driveway paved, it's quite expensive. Project at a time. That's why we're going to be concreting the channel drain into place. So we're going to put down an item 4 base, and then put down concrete for it, just so it bridges that gap and she has something solid to drive on until they repave the driveway. So right now we're working on getting this trench filled up a little bit here. I'm going to go as far as I can reach with the excavator from the pile here, and then whatever I can't reach, I'm going to end up loading Kurt with the yard max. And he'll be able to drive all the way to the end. I think the rain is mostly done for today. It might rain a little more tonight, but at least as far as while we're here, I think we're good. Yeah, once we start filling up this trench, I would say once we finish filling this trench, we're going to work on the item 4. And the other trench, we got to get that set for our channel drains to sit on. Kurt's getting ready to run the yard max up and down the trench. So yeah, the yard max, I've always wanted a bigger one, but for now, we work with what we have. But it works perfectly for this. As you can see, Kurt can just drive down the trench. He doesn't do any more damage to the lawn, and it basically dumps the perfect width of the trench. I love the Yard Max. Let me tell you, that thing was cheap. I think when we bought it, it was like $2,500. Do it, about 1.5 scoops. So check this out. Trench is full of stone. The client wants to top it with dirt, and then eventually maybe mulch all the way out. So we're going to be folding over the fabric now that we have probably within 3 inches of grade on average. In some spots it's a little lower, some spots it's a little higher. In this area we raised the grade quite a bit. We still are going to do a little bit more with the dirt. We basically want to create a berm so that the water sits on top of the stone so it has time to percolate down into there. So Kurt's going ahead and pulling the staples. This was the 9-foot wide fabric. That roll ran out right about here. So we have this roll of 6-foot fabric that we're going to go and lay down on top of this stone. Once that's done, like I said, we'll get over to the trench. But I'm going to help Kurt roll out this heavy thing of fabric. So All right, good morning, guys. It's another hot day, humid, but it's Friday, and the client is loving it. I guess all her neighbors stopped by, were curious about what's going on. They've got people set up to take the dirt. Our job's just getting easier, and I'm feeling really good. We have 24 bags of concrete with us. That's over 2,000 pounds. We are now setting up our slope for our channel drain that's going to be set in the driveway here. So we got the trailer all set up with power and concrete mixer and all that. We're setting slope to match the existing driveway contour. The channel drain is going to be set slightly below surface so that water, of course, flows into it. So that's what we're setting up right now. Then once this is dug, we compact and all that good stuff. We'll start mixing up some concrete and put that channel drain in place. So the channel drains are installed now. These are Vodaland 8-inch channel drains. We got the galvanized grate versions. So far, pretty happy with how they install. They're each individually like a 3 foot, I think a 3 foot 3-inch section. And then you basically, they want you to use a silicone that they, proprietary blend silicone that's like $17 a bottle. We ended up just using paver bond to join them together. That's what we use to glue all of our pavers together. I also threw 2 stainless self-tapping screws on each joint to hold it together, and then the galvanized grates go right on top and screw in. So this end is going to be capped. I got to put some screws in that. That end is going to have a 4-inch outlet, so a separate pipe will run out. We're going to cap these, and we're going to fill them a little less than halfway with the 1/4 inch and pack them in place. And then there's going to be a 4-inch layer of concrete that blends it into the driveway. They are set 1 inch below the upper edge of the driveway, so the driveway actually goes uphill. So that leading edge is 1 inch below the driveway, ensuring that water is going to flow down into this. So they've been packed into place. We ran through with the jumping jack a bunch of times, so that's a really solid base. They should not settle much. And then once we get this item 4 in here, we'll pack that too. So channel drain is fully installed, set about 1 inch below the average slope of the driveway. There's a lot of undulations, but at every point it is below the driveway. They are all glued together, screwed together. The galvanized tops are on. We put down some painter's tape so that we're not going to get concrete all over everything. I'm going to start mixing in my old, it's my grandfather's cement mixer, probably from the 70s. It's a Sears Craftsman. We love it. Kurt's got a honking load of concrete in the Yard Max. So we're going to start mixing everything up. Kurt's going to get everything troweled in place. Like I said, we're getting about 4 inches of concrete in there. Some spots that might be actually a little bit more, but there are no spots where it is less than 4 inches. So that'll really solidify that in there. So let's get to work. All right, the basin is in, concreted in place. We're done for the week. I moved this pile because I guess our neighbor wants it. I don't want him driving over my pipes. But we will see you, Monday's Memorial Day, so we're gonna be back on Tuesday. So we'll see you then, and we'll wrap this job up. Check it out, guys. It's now Tuesday. I believe this is day 4 on the job. The concrete has had the whole weekend to cure, so we left on Friday. Like I said, it's now Tuesday. We did get some rain yesterday, but otherwise this is looking really good. The only thing that we have left to do on the drain grate installation is we're missing, I think, 4 of the little screw tie-down pieces. Those are on order, but today we're going to be focusing on spreading the rest of this dirt, getting the seed and straw in place, and that's it. So I'm gonna peel this tape here, make sure this drain is clean and working properly, and then get to work on the rest of it. So that's gonna involve hauling all this stuff out of here too, but looking good. Well, that is a wrap. You see all the dirt that we have left. That's spoken for by all the neighbors, so they're gonna come pick that up. I guess one guy's got a bobcat, and he said he'll take care of finishing the lawn under that pile. But we've got just over 100 feet of French drain installed here, following the contour of the lawn and running along the walkway here. It's a clean out port right here, just in case there's ever a clog. The gravel starts right about center of the screen here, or actually at the clean out port. That she just wanted to cut out just so it matched. But yeah, we've got basically a 2 foot wide, 2 foot deep trench filled with 1 to 2 inch gravel. And right in the middle of the trench, there's a very small amount of dirt covering it, just so the water flows through there. She wasn't sure whether or not she wanted to do a mulch on top of that at some point, but here we kept a bowl shape just so that the water has some time to percolate into the ground. Comes all the way down here, clean up all of our mess. It comes all the way down here and goes to the right of our driveway channel drain. So there's a separate SDR pipe that runs on the right side of that channel drain that outlets at the end of the driveway there, and that's just for the French drain. And then the channel drain here is sided with concrete, set in place, packed in really well. So there's at minimum 4 inches of concrete. And then you can see down here, we've got both of our pipe outlets. So channel drain is set 1 inch below the driveway, so it will catch any water that runs down and in, that comes off the road, because in a heavy rain, she says the water comes right off the road. So aside from that, everything's cleaned up and we are done. So I want to thank you guys for watching. As usual, videos every single week. Check out NK Garage. That's Kurt's channel where he takes care of all the tool stuff. So if you like tools and like buying tools and selling tools, that's what you'll find there. Otherwise, thanks for watching me. I'll see you on the next one. And like, comment, share, subscribe, all that stuff if you want. If not, fine with that too. All right, have a good rest of the day, guys.